gon' take it up from last year. Shoot on my shot, boy, I'm long range. Me and the team on the same thing. Stayed down, never switched up. Only thing changed was the game. I'm in the zone now. Nothing can change what we on now. When I pull up, know it's going down. Foot on the gas, ain't no slowing down. Aiming for greatness, no settling. Kick down the doors, they won't let me in. Taking no else, yeah, I gotta win. Watch me kick down the doors, they won't let me in.
Hey, what's up, ladies and gents? Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Grind Hard, Hustle Smart with me, Charles Johnson. So today, man, we're just going to jump right into it. I ain't even going to hold you that long. But I just want to talk about energy, man, and just life in general. And I think these are things that, especially young people, especially people in, Generation Z and Generation, even Alpha and Generation, Millennials, generation of millennials. What am I talking about? Y'all get the point. People who are coming of age now or getting ready to take over from their parents or hold positions of authority that used to be held by people who were our elders or elderly. Those people go, millennials, generation, X, Alpha, Z. We're going to be taking those roles here soon, right? And so what I think about is this. I often think to myself, why are people not attaining the things that we want in this world? And, we can make it simple or we can make it overcomplicated, or generalize it, excuse me, and say that it's because people don't work hard or they don't have an ideal or visualize in their mind about what they want and why they want it or how they want it. And just classifying people as lazy, living in their basement, just not having the drive or the effort. And some of that may be true. But what I think it comes down to is this. People don't know how to appropriately use their energy. And what I mean by that is this. Look at the light in your home. You flick on the light, right? And the light brings the entirety of the room out of darkness. But it's not focused on any specific area or any specific place. The energy is broad and is widespread. But if you look at something like a laser is very pinpoint. Its energy is focused on one singular point in any amount of space. It's only focused on one thing. Just imagine the sun. The sun shines on much of the earth at any given point in time, depending upon where you are in the earth at that point in time, whether you are in darkness or, in the daytime. But while it's daytime, the sun shines over a broad amount of area, thousands and thousands and thousands of miles and kilometers, right? But if you just take a magnifying glass and you point it towards something, you can set things on fire. You take all that energy and you concentrate it into a small specific area. And I think this is where people get confused, because we often think that we need to put our energy into multiple places at the same time, right? Where you hear our parents used to tell us, or our grandparents used to tell us, don't put all your eggs in one basket. And some of these things, some of these ideologies are starting to die out. And it's not because they're old or antiquated. It's just simply because they don't work anymore. Like, some of it don't work anymore. It doesn't work at any specific point in time. Life, to be honest, was maybe a lot simpler back then, right? You got to think about it. You had a job where you can go work and live and take care of your family and afford to go on vacation and buy a home and buy a vehicle and send your kids to school. That type of job doesn't exist. You got to be in the top 1% in order to do that nowadays. And 1% doesn't start as high as people think it is. It probably starts around, I would say, the $250,000, salary cap is where you start to get into that high percentile, high value man or woman status, simply because you, at that point, you can afford a lifestyle that is reflective of what our grandparents and parents were able to establish for us. And the reason why it's so important, especially in today's age, for young people today, to get pinpoint accurate and focus their energy on a specific thing. And I'm not saying that you should just be oblivious to the things that are going on around you. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying if you have an ideal in your mind of what you want to do and you have a passion and you have something that you want to chase after, take it, be it school, be it be it a career, be it a profession, be it a love interest. You need to put all your energy into that thing for that amount of time it takes to conquer or attain that goal, or manifest that dream or that aspiration, make it tangible. We spread our energy too far and too wide, and we think we need to give everybody all of our time and all of our energy, and when it's just simply unhealthy to do so. You go into burnout. It put massive amounts of stress on yourself. That's why our generation has a lot of health problems and degenerative diseases, because we focus all our energy on everything, and it's just impossible for us to do so. We're not able to think in every realm at all times. But that's not how we work. We're not omnipotent. We're not omnipresent. We can't be everywhere at every time, right? We don't know all things. So why don't we just focus all our energy on accomplishing this thing? I don't care if it takes you 4 years to get a college degree. Put your energy into that for 4 years. 4 years to be the best that you can be. If it takes you to be a 6 months to get some type of certification, put your energy into that. I don't care what it is. If you're trying to write a book, put your energy into that. Pinpoint accurate, and stop trying to shotgun blast everything in your life, because it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. You're going to burn yourself out. You're going to get tired. You're going to feel like you can't get anything accomplished. You're going to get defeated. Your resiliency is going to suffer. Your level of perseverance is going to lessen. You're just going to give up. Why? Because you're not accomplishing anything. You're trying to focus on everything at all times, and nothing is working. Not because you're not good, not because you're not talented, not because God Almighty didn't give you some type of anointing. No, it's because you are trying to take all that you are and focus on all that there is, and it's just impossible. But if you take all that you are, all those gifts, all those talents, all that aptitude, all that intelligence that you have built within you, that you were given from birth, we're all born winners. That's what I tell everybody. We're all born winners. We defeated millions and millions of other, sexual cells, sperm cells, to get to where we are. We won. We beat millions of people, millions of individuals at the beginning of our life. We were born winners. But when we try to take all that winning aptitude and apply it to everything, it doesn't work. That's why we look up to like our greatest athletes. Think of the greatest athlete in your mind. I don't care if it's boxing, tennis, cricket, football, soccer. I don't care what it is. That individual is at that level because they have put everything that they are for the duration of time that they've been trying to chase that goal. They put everything that they are into that. Think of the great, like the NFL draft just went by, right? All those college athletes, every single one of them, from the time that they were young till 17, 18, 20 something years old, right, have put every ounce of who they are, every bit of energy into perfecting their craft and getting better and better and better. They didn't just get there by chance, but they were pinpoint laser focused on achieving that goal. I don't care what it is, what it was. Steph Curry goes and he takes thousands of shots before we ever watch him play a game. Patrick Mahomes throws thousands of passes before we ever watch him play in the Super Bowl. Venus and Serena Williams, if you just watched a Netflix documentary, man, they hit thousands of balls, picked up thousands of balls, went through tons of critique and ridicule before they ever won at Wimbledon, before they ever won at the US Open, before they ever became champions. But they put 100% of their energy, 100% of who they were and who they are into accomplishing that goal. They were laser focused, and they put everything that they had into perfecting that craft. And the problem that so many of us have, we try to perfect everything all the time, and it doesn't work, man. It doesn't work. And so we get so bogged down. We think, I got to write a book, or I got to go, go to school, or I got to get this degree, or I got to, do this and do that and do that. And we end up accomplishing nothing months and months and months and years and down the road, when the only thing that we have accomplished is accumulating a ton of regret. We end up getting stressed out, depressed, having anxiety, getting, hitting that midlife crisis. We're like, man, where has the time gone? Time flowed the same way it always does. Time doesn't change. The seconds tick away, minutes tick away, hours tick away, years, centuries, they all tick away the exact same amount of time. It does not change. The difference is how we use that time. And some people are able to use their time more effectively, and others just simply don't. You're not going to shotgun blast your way to success. You're not going to shotgun blast your way to success. You need to get it pinpoint and laser focused and figure out what it is that you are trying to do and wanting to accomplish with that thing that you're trying to do. It's not good enough just to figure out something. What do I want to do? But then why do I want to do it? And what use does it have for others? And I think that's another piece of it. It doesn't help us to get pinpoint laser focused if we don't have a why and we don't know why or who we're doing it for. Like, doing anything out of selfishness or humanistic, approaches to things, or self-centered approaches, let me put it that way, is unhealthy. And I'm gonna tell you this, because when your happiness ends, that thing fades away. When that thing no longer becomes fulfilling to you, your passion for that area also goes away with it. You see this so many times, especially in like the education field, right? You have all these people, these young women and men graduating school and getting their college degree in, early childhood education or physical education or kinesiology or whatever education field you want to talk about, math, STEM, computer science, engineering, whatever it is. And they're so passionate and they feel like this is their purpose. This is the reason why they exist. But then as the years go on, that passion fades. Not that field or that field of study or the students that they're teaching are less important, but the people that they're teaching and why they're teaching it is less important to them. It's not as fulfilling as it used to be. Not because they're a bad person, but maybe simply because the reason why they started was focused solely on fulfilling their own needs and not trying to find a problem within the world to solve. Like, I look at it this way. I give teachers who stick with it, and I give educators, top to bottom, college all the way down to, kindergarten, daycare, early childhood education, pre-K, right? I give them credit for this because they are, besides our children, our greatest asset. Because they are literally shaping the minds and the hearts and the personalities of the leaders of the future, people who will dictate how we go about living our lives and we come of age and when we get old and somebody has to take care of us. So the children aren't any less important, and the teachers themselves aren't any less important. But when the teachers start to say, you know what, I'm going to do this because, let's say, I want to be the best teacher ever. That's noble. Got it. But why? And who do you want to be the best teacher for? When you add a meaning to it, like, I want to be the best teacher that I can be so that one day I can be able to help the population of the future be able to think critically. So that way the problems that we face in this current time will not be something that they face in their time. You see how the meaning is placed on that? As opposed to, I just want to be the best teacher ever. That's dull. That's general. We got to get laser focused and pinpoint accurate. When you start asking those W questions, the why, the what, the when, the where, and the 1H, the how, then you start to get laser focused, man. You're not out here shotgun blasting your way through life, just trying to see what works and what's the less restrictive approach or what's easier to accomplish, right? But when you get pinpoint accurate, pinpoint accurate, man, and you start focusing your energy, man, you can move mountains. The faith of a mustard seed can move a mountain. There's a reason why that exists. You put all your energy, all your concentration, just a little bit of energy in a small specific area can move mountains. Can move mountains, man. What if we did that every day in the decisions that we make and the things that we're trying to accomplish? And it's just as simple as that. That raise that you're looking for, if you just focused on being the best absolute person at your position, not out of selfish need to get a raise, but out of how can I be the best customer service representative? How can I give the customer the best experience that they've ever had in their life? That's how you get a raise. How can I become the best doctor ever? Not how can I become the best doctor ever so that the populace of the world can get healthier and live longer and therefore create a more fulfilling life for themselves? That's how you become one of the most well-known doctors ever. How can I become the best president that ever lived? I'm going to tell you how. You become the best president that ever lived by focusing on how can I create the best situation for the maximum amount of people within my country and the amount of time that I have to be, president in this term, whether it be 1 year, 4 years, or 8 years for 2 terms, right? That you focus on the individuals that you are trying to help or that you are trying to inspire. As a podcaster, as a motivational and transformational speaker, my job is not to focus on becoming the best absolute, prolific, masterful orator speaker that I can be for my own selfish reasons. No, how can I best appropriately send out the message that I'm trying to send out to the world in the most convincing way so that people understand how they can apply these things in their own lives? Whether I be talking about leadership or like conducting a SWOT analysis, that's a term in business that I love, man. You'd be so surprised at how we make things so complicated, but when we get laser point focused, we understand that this stuff is so simple. Take the SWOT analysis. I'm gonna give you some business knowledge. You can take this and apply it to your life. Excuse me. The SWOT analysis is this. SWOT, not SWAT, like SWAT, like police SWAT, but SWOT, SWOT. It stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Man, you talking about being pinpoint, accurate, laser focused. This is how you do it. What are your strengths? What are you good at? What are the things that you are naturally born and gifted with, and you can do better than most other people? What are your weaknesses? What are things where you need to improve? Where are things that you need to learn and become more and more proficient at? What are the opportunities that exist out there? What are the opportunities you can take advantage of, or the risk that you can take to put yourself in a position to cause the maximum amount of change for a particular individual or a group as a whole? And what are the threats? What are the people, places, or things that is going to cause you to get off of your journey, to cause you to get off of your path? Sometimes it may be us. You see how this helps mold and shape for you something pinpoint so you can figure out, okay, this is how I can best use my gifts. These are the opportunity, or these are the weaknesses that will hinder me from getting to the place where I want to be in the most efficient amount of time. These are the opportunities that I have within my life, or that I have because I'm connected to certain people, or do I have because I've displayed a level of knowledge that is superior to others or interesting to others. I can take advantage of those opportunities because of that. And what are the threats? What are the habits that I'm doing that's going to prohibit me from getting to where I want to be? What are the people in my life that are going to prohibit me from getting to the place where I want to be? What are the opportunities that I should have left where they were, that are going to prohibit me from getting to the place where I want to be? These are the things that help you get pinpoint accurate, man. And I know I'm kind of going off topic, but I just need you all to understand this, man. This stuff is important. See, we think about things so layered and so complicated, but it's so simple. It's so simple, man. It's so simple. And I love it. I love it. You read the story about Amazon, and whether you like Amazon or you don't like Amazon, they are laser point focused on their audience. And what I mean by that is they take the microwave perspective of our society, and they feed it and they ram it down our throats. Not because they forced it upon us, but we wanted it. See, Amazon started off as what? A bookstore. A bookstore. And then their focus shift. Oh, I can sell this, I can sell this, I can sell this. And then as soon as they did that SWOT analysis, as soon as they did that market segment analysis, right? As soon as they looked at the person in the mirror, like Michael Jackson says, looking at the man in the mirror, and you say, what do the people want? The people can go anywhere and buy toilet paper, but can they get it today? The people can buy watches anywhere. Can they get it today? The people can buy shoes, can buy clothes, can buy electronics anywhere, Walmart, Target, anywhere, but can they get it today? Can they get it in 2 days? No. And if they want to get it today, guess what? They got to drive to go get it. So how can I best serve the customer? How can I best get these customers who are busy, who are trying to have lives of their own, who may be, professionals, who may be individuals who don't have a vehicle? How can I come to them? How can I offer them convenience? That's what Amazon focused in on. And they were the first to pioneer this thing. And then what does everybody, even Walmart delivers now. Walmart delivers now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody made that shift. And, people say it is because of COVID, but Amazon really made it happen prior to COVID. You're talking about a company who was a retailer who was competing with the U.S. Postal Service, USPS, UPS, FedEx, DHL. They was in that realm prior to COVID. So they already had a leg up, not because they were shotgun blasting their way through life, just trying to figure out what works. They saw a problem, they decided to go fix it, and they became pinpoint accurate with everything they did to meet that goal. There's this famous thing that Amazon says, right, that they have in their boardroom. They always leave an empty chair for the customer. They always leave an empty chair for the customer. And it reminds me of this thing that the U.S. Army or U.S. military in general does. There's always, if you go into any U.S. military installation, dining facility, there's an empty chair. There's an empty table where, as service members, we always are reminded of the prisoners of war and those who are missing in action or killed in action who aren't with us. And that everything that we do, whether it be training, whether it be physical training, whether it be becoming, more knowledgeable in our tactics, just cleaning the latrine, cleaning the bathroom, whatever we do is with that person in mind. Because if we aren't disciplined, one of our battle buddies can die. One of our fellow service members cannot go home to their family. One of our fellow service members might get captured by the enemy. If we fail to be disciplined, and that's the perspective that Amazon took and Amazon had, right? Let's put an empty chair in their boardroom, because we need to understand that it's because of the customer and fulfilling their needs that we are who we are. We're here for them. We're not here selfishly to just be ourselves just because I want to have a company, just because I want to deliver stuff to people. No, we exist because of them. And that's how we should treat the things that we want to do each and every single day, whether it be teaching, whether it be coaching, whether it be authoring a book. We exist because of the individuals who we are trying to impact each and every single day. We got to get laser focused, man. We got to get laser focused. And if we do not, we are bound to relegate ourselves to obscurity, because we don't offer anybody anything. We don't offer anybody any advice. We don't offer anybody any knowledge that they didn't previously have before. We don't offer anybody any different perspective. We run the risk of sounding like everybody else, becoming this gigantic group think. And we just end up becoming, I don't know what's unknown, hidden, ostracized. And I just look at it, man. I just be like, wow, how did we get here? What made this come about? And why did this happen? And why did it happen in the way in which it happened? And it's because we're not laser focused. We get so distracted far too often. So distracted far too often, to the point where we make it through the day and we were like, man, I wasted the day. Like, I didn't get anything accomplished today. The only thing I accomplished when I woke up this morning was just that, waking up this morning. You become so numb and so oblivious to your dreams and your goals and your aspirations and the things that you're trying to accomplish, and you're just trying to numb yourself from the stresses of the world, to the point where what you're supposed to do, you don't do. And everything that you wasn't supposed to do, you end up doing. That's why I tell people, when you conquer yourself, first thing in the beginning of the day, you set yourself up for success right there and then. Whatever it is you don't feel like doing when you wake up at the beginning of the day, do it so you can conquer yourself. Because if you could conquer yourself in the beginning of the day, you're your biggest enemy. You're your biggest critic most of the time. So you conquer the biggest enemy you have, the biggest critic you have in the beginning of the day, anything else is possible. If you have a hard time waking up and spending time with God, then wake up and make sure you spend time with God. If you have a hard time waking up and going for a run or going to the gym, even when you don't feel like it, wake up and go to the gym. Wake up and go for that run. I don't care what it is. Whatever it is that you know is good for you and you don't want to do it at the beginning of the day, do it. Do it, even if you don't feel like it. And that's probably the best time to do it. Because if you do it when you don't feel like doing it when you feel like doing it becomes easier. And then what do you know? A few weeks down the road, a few months down the road, it becomes a habit. So it's not even a thought in your mind. It becomes muscle memory. Like, bro, yes, I don't feel like running. Yes, my stomach hurt, but let me go put these miles in. Let me go get these reps in at the gym. Let me go get that prayer in. Let me go spend time with God by myself. Let me go to the gym and put in some sweat equity, not only for myself, but so that I can be a better representation for everyone else. Because how can I go out here and tell students or tell the future leaders of this world, the future business leaders of this world, that they can accomplish the things that they want to accomplish when I can't even get out of bed and pray like I'm supposed to? I can't even get out of bed and go work out like I'm supposed to. I can't even get out of bed and wash the dishes. I can't even get out of bed and eat right. I can't even get out of bed and put into practice whatever I'm telling other people to put in practice. We got to get laser focused, man. And that's just what it is. We got to put our energy into something specific and have a reason and a why behind it, and put some meaning and some purpose behind it, because that's how we create energy, and that's how we get things done, and that's how we live a fulfilling life. Far too many of us are getting to a point of our lives when we say, you know what am I doing with my life? And then at the end of it, we were like, you know what? If I had it to do all over again, and we start playing that regret cycle, we start digging ourselves that hole, and then we start putting ourselves in it and pulling the soil on top of us to the point we're dead before we ever physically get in the ground. We're dead before we ever physically get in the ground. Hey, man, ladies and gentlemen, you all are awesome, amazing, wonderful human beings. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. As always, you can find the podcast on all major podcasting platforms: Spotify, Apple, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Google, all of them, man. I'm there. You can go on YouTube Music right now, hit podcast, type in Grind Hard, Hustle Smart. You're going to find your boy there. You can also go to thecharlesjohnson.com to book me for speaking engagements, get to know a little bit about my story, send me emails, ask me questions, whatever it may be. Subscribe to the email listing, so whenever I send out newsletters, you can get them there as well. You can also go to thegrindishard.com and get the merch. Thegrindishard.com and get the merch. All the links will be down below. But hey, you all are awesome and amazing, wonderful human beings. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. Salute. Have a good one.
Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believe me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah. Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic gotta say, I got him picking up the pieces. That to me, you really playing with your life, I'm about to come and run it all back. I'm the new era, about to snap back. You ain't fitting for it, cause you all cap like. Hold up, I shoot my shot, wait, hold up. I'm really about to run this go up. You know it's all net when it go up. Ain't got no other plans, you don't need to understand, ayy. We on overtime, you don't need to understand, ayy. You just show them how to do it when you don't know what to say. Tell me how you plan to win if you plan to play the same.
Moving fast, already gone, yeah, but you bringing me back. Try to double cross me, dog, just let me relax. Stop assuming what we doing.